Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Beauty Within Sickle Cell. I'm Jasmine, and in this video I'm going to quickly talk about my bone marrow biopsy experience that I went through and quickly just update you guys as to what exactly I felt and a quick little chit chat with you guys. Good morning guys. I just wanted to kind of quickly stop by and kind of discuss what's going on. I'm here at City of Hope in Duarte, California, and I am starting the process of my bone marrow transplant. Since my dad will be the donor, he's in there in the labs getting a vein assessment among lab testings and a bunch of things he's doing. So I came out to the car to put some makeup on real quick, very natural, and kind of entertain myself. I will be getting a bone marrow biopsy, and well, before the bone marrow biopsy I will be doing a sort of educational day. So I will be doing like a educational type of thing where they're gonna, you know, give me materials and discuss the bone marrow transplant. We're also going to be doing a consent signing, sign some consent forms that I am allowing them to treat me and allowing the bone marrow transplant to happen. So that'll be around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it is currently 8:47. So we're getting a lot done in this day. My bone marrow biopsy, I believe, will be later on around 1 p.m. So it'll be in the evening. So yeah, I'm pretty anxious but excited. I'm trying to document as much as I can, but I don't know if they'll permit me to have the camera inside during the biopsy. But if I can, I'll include it. So once again, I'm just, you know, kind of gathering my things here. I brought a blanket because I was sleeping on the way here, and my camera case and Gatorade back there. So yeah, I'm super nervous and excited, and it's just, I'm pretty anxious. You know, I've never been through a bone marrow transplant, so I don't know what to expect. I've seen some videos online on YouTube discussing the process and stuff like that, but it's always different for each patient. For example, the bone marrow biopsy, for some people they get sedated, and for others they don't get sedation. So each case is unique and different, and in my case I will be getting sedation. That is what they mentioned. So hopefully, you know, they'll knock me out and I won't feel anything. So they said their aim is to make me as comfortable as they can, and that makes me feel so much better because it's a stressful time. Last week I got my wisdom tooth. I got 3 of my wisdom teeth removed. So the 4th one never really came in, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Sorry, excuse the lighting. It's either really bright or really shady in the car. So at least I hope you guys can hear me, and I'll keep you updated through the process. Thank you so much for also supporting my journey and giving me your positive thoughts and prayers. I appreciate it during this time. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. So on February 7th, I went in to get some labs done at City of Hope, and I went and signed some consent forms for this bone marrow transplant procedure, as well as the biopsy. And then my dad actually went in and got some education as to the donor aspect of the bone marrow transplant procedure and what he's going to be doing, what he's going to be taking, stuff like that. He also did a vein assessment to see how good his veins are, so he can be able to either donate stem cells or bone marrow, which will later turn into stem cells. So basically, with my bone marrow biopsy, they had a procedure room all set up with me. I did take a couple of pictures. I wasn't able to vlog a whole lot because I was sedated. My mom was able to come, but it was a lot of blood and it was a little gory, and I do not want to scare anybody on this channel. I don't want to freak anyone out who's looking for information on bone marrow biopsies. So my mom was able to get a clip, and I'll insert it in the video so you guys can see. It's a quick little clip, probably 12 seconds, but you can basically see the doctor taking some bone marrow aspirate, which is the blood out of, you know, the bone marrow. The bone marrow biopsy is a little chunk of the bone marrow that was taken out after the blood. So again, they are conducting studies on sickle cell disease, and so the doctor asked me if I would like to donate some bone marrow, some extra bone marrow for their study, so they can identify exactly how sickle cell disease works in much more detail, and kind of see how the sickle cells are created. Because once I go through the bone marrow transplant, if everything is successful, I won't have sickle cell disease, so then they can't really study the case and study how the sickle cells were made. So of course I consented to doing the extra bone marrow biopsy collection and the bone marrow aspirate, all of that. I believe that it'll one day help our community identify possible, you know, maybe some cures, or at least identify how sickle cell works in much more of a depth, you know, much more, I don't know, they can gain some knowledge. You know, it's important for us to participate either in clinical trials or studies, in advocacy, raising awareness, and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm always trying to not only raise awareness, but using my voice for positive things for this community. This community really needs a voice, and I believe that I can one day help this community or continue sharing my experience, even if it's at that. You know, I can share my experience with other sickle cell warriors and hopefully inspire somebody out there. Even if it's one person, I've done my job, I've done my duties, and I take this very seriously. Again, sorry for the lighting. I am here at City of Hope. I am staying at the Hope Village. So they have a bunch of little houses down here where patients can stay if you're going to be staying a long time. Some patients stay up to a year, maybe more, you know, depending on the type of treatments they're doing. Some people are coming out of state, so they have these villages set up for patients to sleep here, stay here. It, you know, has a little kitchen area back there. You know, you got your beds and a couch, TV, and I did a whole room tour. So I'll possibly put that up on my channel somewhere or someday. Anyways, let's go back to the bone marrow biopsy procedure. I want to talk about a little bit how I felt, what exactly happened, the steps that they did. So basically when I got there, they inserted an IV. Of course, we were having difficulties inserting the IV because my veins are horrible, and the AccuVein machine that they have was being used by another person. The first thing they do is insert a IV so you can get some sort of medication. With me, they opted out to do deep sedation. I'm not sure if it was because I was donating extra bone marrow and extra, you know, tubes of bone marrow aspirate, but I'm so happy they did, because for me, once I was up, it was very painful. And I've seen doctors on YouTube when people, you know, record their experience, just saying, oh, take Tylenol, take Motrin. For me, I took Tylenol, Motrin, and I was having a sickle cell crisis, so I needed to take my pain medications. And even then, the pain really wasn't being controlled. So I'm just gonna be completely honest. It was very painful the first night. The pain didn't go completely away until possibly the third or fourth night. When I was sleeping the first night, every time I would toss and turn, I could feel every movement just hurting me so bad. Every toss and turn was just really, really hurting me. It feels like you fell on your bum and you are very, very sore, and like you did some sort of intense exercise and you just collapsed and you hurt your bum or some sort of accident, and it's just super, super sore and sharp. Like for me, it was a little sharp, you know, depending on the movement I did. For me, it was painful. I am not sure as to why they suggest certain patients not getting deep sedation. Some people are up and they get like a Xanax and some just like lidocaine shots, and that is insane. I believe my mom said she saw about 17 to 22 like injections of like lidocaine, just numbing the area. After they knocked me out, they gave me some medicine to calm down first of all, and then they gave me some medicine where I just fell asleep. I was assuming it was propofol. That's what it kind of looked like. It was like a milky substance. I'm not quite sure. They really didn't tell me what the medication was, but it was a deep sleep. It really put me into a deep sleep. You know, as they were injecting me, the person was asking me all kinds of stuff as to, you know, what do I like doing, hobbies, things like that, where would I like to travel to once all of this is done. And so I was trying to form sentences and say, you know, I would love to travel to like India or here or Europe or Paris, France, all these different places I had in my mind. And when it came time to speak, it was just hard for me to speak. And I was like, Las Vegas, I want to go to Las Vegas, because that's the only place I could have thought of. You know, I love Las Vegas and I love traveling with my mom, but you know, he was like talking about traveling like to other countries and stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. But the propofol or whatever medicine they gave me to put me to sleep was very intense, and I just knocked out. My mom said that the doctor was later asking me like, are you asleep? Are you asleep? You know, just to verify that I really was asleep. And he was like, okay, let's do this. Let's get this done. Let's get it before she wakes up. So then I guess my mom said they started doing the lidocaine shots, and then they did the procedure. They put like a long needle type thing in your back, well, your like lower hip area, to get the bone marrow, and they get what they need. And then so, you know, later I woke up, they gave me some snacks because I hadn't eaten at all that day because it was a procedure. So I got some snacks, some soda, some crackers, some graham crackers, some Oreos, and I was just so sleepy. I couldn't like even eat, but they were, you know, making me eat. And then so that pretty much, you know, wrapped up the bone marrow biopsy procedure. You know, it was very painful and very sore for me as the patient. So I don't know who came up with not doing some sort of sedation for the patient to make them feel much more comfortable, because I have seen some stories on YouTube where they're not sedated, and if I wasn't sedated, I would have been like going insane. I would have been probably screaming with the amount of pain, because the amount of pain I had afterwards was an indicator of what I would have been going through during the procedure. So it's crazy to see that they don't do some sort of sedation with certain patients. I don't know if it's because they can't tolerate sedation or as to what's the medical reason for that. But anyways, that was my experience with the bone marrow biopsy and bone marrow aspirate procedure. I think that's gonna be it for right now. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and my blog. I'll leave all my social media accounts listed down below in the description box. And also don't forget to follow Miss CamillatheCHUG, my little chug puppy, at CamillatheCHUG on Instagram. She has her own Instagram page. Yeah, I'm one of those dog moms. What can I do? What can I say? I love my Camilla, and I'm missing Camilla. I couldn't bring her with me because there are no dogs allowed here at the Hope Village, which is quite depressing because she's only 3 pounds and I wish I could sneak her in, but I can't. So please go check out CamillatheCHUG on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.